love your dog. That is not in question. But love and trust are not the same thing. Not in your world, and certainly not in theirs. Dogs do not measure the relationship through affection alone. They measure it through consistency, through body language, through the 1,000 tiny signals you send without ever realizing you are sending them. And some of those signals, the ones most owners never think twice about, quietly tell your dog something you would never intentionally say. I don't trust you. Today we are breaking down 5 everyday behaviors that communicate exactly that, not because you are a bad owner, but because understanding this will change how your dog experiences you and how deeply they are able to trust you back. Stay with us through to number 5, because that one is the behavior most owners are absolutely certain they are not doing. They are almost always wrong. 1. You tense up before they get the chance to do anything. Another dog appears up ahead. And before your dog has even looked up, before they have taken a single step, before they have made a single decision, you have already shortened the lead, squared your shoulders, and held your breath. Your dog felt all of it. This is one of the most invisible ways owners signal distrust. The pre-emptive correction, the tension that arrives before the behavior. And here's what your dog reads from that. Their nervous system registers that the person they rely on to interpret the world has already decided something is dangerous. Research into human-dog communication has consistently shown that dogs use their owner's emotional state as a primary reference point for how to respond to the environment. When you tense, they scan for the threat. When you brace, they prepare. A dog who is pre-corrected repeatedly learns one thing: that they are not trusted to handle the world, and that expectation becomes a self-fulfilling architecture. The behavior you feared becomes more likely because the dog is now operating inside a body, primed for anxiety before anything has occurred. The fix is not pretending, it is breathing, loosening your hand on the lead, letting the moment arrive before you have already decided how it ends. 2. You repeat commands they already heard. Sit, 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 come, come. I said come. Every time you repeat a command your dog clearly heard, you are sending a message. And it is not the message you think. To a human, repetition feels like emphasis. But from your dog's perspective, it communicates something else entirely. It tells them that the first instruction did not really mean anything, that they can wait, that you do not actually expect them to respond until you have said it several times. Underneath that, there is something quieter and more damaging. Constant repetition signals that you do not believe they understood, that you are not sure they are capable. Trust is built through clarity. A clear signal given once, followed by a consistent expectation, tells a dog exactly where they stand. It tells them what you believe they can do. And a dog who is trusted to respond performs differently than a dog who has learned that instructions are background noise until the frustration increases. If your dog is not responding to a command they know, that is information. Investigate it. Adjust your approach. Make it easier for them to succeed. Not repeat yourself until the word loses all meaning. Say it once, mean it once. That is what trust sounds like. 3. You take over the moment they hesitate. Your dog approaches something unfamiliar. They slow down. They sniff the air. They pause. And you immediately step in. You pull them forward. You decide the hesitation is a problem to be solved rather than a process to be respected. This almost always comes from love. You want to help. You want to get past the awkward moment, but what your dog experiences is not help. It is interruption. Their nervous system was doing exactly what it is designed to do: gathering information, running an assessment, deciding whether the unfamiliar thing was safe. And you cut the process short before they reach their own conclusion. Confidence in dogs, as in humans, is not given. It is built through experience, through facing the uncertain thing, processing it at their own pace and arriving at safety on their own terms. Every time you take over during a hesitation, you tell your dog that their judgment is not reliable, that they need you to make the decision for them. Let the pause happen. Stay calm beside them. Give them time to arrive at the conclusion themselves. That is what a trusted companion does. They hold the space, they do not fill it. 4. Your reaction to their mistakes changes depending on your mood. Same behavior, completely different response, depending entirely on what kind of day you are having. They jump up on a guest, one day you laugh, the next you sharply correct them. They pull on the lead, sometimes you let it go. Other times you stop and respond with visible frustration. Inconsistency does not just confuse a dog, it undermines trust in a very specific way. It tells them that your reactions are about you, not about them, that they cannot predict you, and a dog cannot trust something they cannot predict. Research on what is known as the secure base effect in domestic dogs demonstrated that a trusted owner functions as the stable point from which the world becomes navigable. An anchor that shifts position is not an anchor. It is just another thing in the water. When your dog cannot reliably predict how you will respond, they quietly recalibrate their relationship with you. They learn that you are not a fixed point. And that costs something. It costs the depth of ease they can feel in your presence. Your dog is not asking you to be perfect. They are asking you to be consistent. Those are not the same thing, and one of them is entirely achievable. 5. You never let them lead. This is the one most owners dismiss immediately. I let my dog be a dog, they think. Of course I give them freedom. But think honestly about the last week. How many decisions did your dog actually get to make? Where to sniff on the walk, and for how long? Whether to approach a stranger or move away. Whether they want to engage with another dog or simply walk past. These small daily choices are not trivial to a dog. They are the language of agency. And agency is one of the most direct ways a dog experiences trust. When every decision is controlled by you, the message is not safety. It is that their instincts and preferences do not factor into the equation, that you are managing them, not partnering with them. There is a meaningful difference between a dog who is walked and a dog who is walked with. One is being moved through the world, the other is being trusted to be a participant in it. Giving your dog agency does not mean losing structure. It means that within the walk, within the day, there are genuine moments where their choice is honored. A dog who experiences that kind of respect does not become harder to manage. They become softer, more willing to defer in the moments when you genuinely need them to, because they have learned that you listen when it counts. Trust is not a feeling. It is a daily practice, and it runs in both directions. None of this makes you a bad owner. These are habits, and habits, unlike character, can be changed. Your dog is not keeping score. They are living in this moment, watching you right now, and the relationship you build from here is the one that matters. Every video on this channel begins the same way, with a question most dog owners have never stopped to ask. And then we go looking for the real answer, not the comfortable version. The actual science, the behavioral research that takes years to surface and rarely reaches people in a way that feels like a real conversation. If this video gave you something, hit like, drop a comment telling us which of the 5 landed hardest for you, and subscribe so you do not miss what we are putting out next. Because the more you understand your dog, the better life gets for both of you. And that is always worth showing up for.